हेलो फ्रेंड्स, मैं स्टार्ट करने जा रही हूँ स्पीडोग्राफी वॉल्यूम 2 का एक्सरसाइज 1 एंड 2। बी रेडी, स्टार्ट। सर, I rise to make my party's views on the present budget. We have looked carefully at the last year's budget and this year's budget with full responsibility and without just criticism. For the sake of criticizing, I will say that it lacks direction and vision and it is full of platitudes. The present government has a character, a habit to make very loud announcements and high sounding words, and then suddenly there is silence about what was stated last year. I will come to the announcements which you made in your last budget, where we are and where they are languishing. Many of those projects are non-starters which were considered to be the revolutionary vision of our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. The finance minister has claimed in the budget that the economy is turning around and also that they inherited the economy in a weak state, in a comatose state. Both the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister say that. Can the Finance Minister deny that the turnaround started in the late 2013? Of course, you will not admit it, but the fact is that the numbers cannot be washed away. The quarter one number of GDP growth was 5%. Now, let me remind the Finance Minister and this august House that of these 90 days of quarter one, UPA was in office for 56 days. They have happily appropriated all that also without saying that yes, the turnaround had started. Now, with regard to the economy, you inherited a very strong economy, an economy which was recovering and which was on a rebound. The foreign exchange reserves were over 300 billion US dollars. Exports were 317 billion US dollars. The current account deficit was down to 2%. Therefore, what you have said is not gracious. It is rather unfair to the previous government. Politics apart, the numbers tell their own story, which neither you nor I can rewrite or deny. You have claimed that the economy is surging, but your numbers and the budget contradict it. Sir, what are the ground realities today? Investments are falling. Gross capital formation is near zero. Credit offtake by the industry is very weak. Exports are falling for the third consecutive month. The manufacturing sector is very low. If exports and investments are low, it is very clear that the industrial manufacturing is low. What do the figures indicate? Sir, the figure indicates that the core sector is in a very poor state of health. We don't wish that to remain there, but Honorable Finance Minister, these are the realities and you are aware of that. What does it mean? Jobs are not being created. It is not surging economy. It is still a recovering and a struggling economy. This was there in the President's address. The Prime Minister said that it is for the first time that so much of resources have been given to the states and the government has accepted the recommendations of the Finance Commission. That is the first point I want to make. Sir, what was being done earlier? There were 13 finance commissions. It is the constitutional mandate of the Finance Commission. When the Constitution was adopted after freedom, it was clear that under Article 240, which you know more, the Finance Commission has to be established. The 14th Finance Commission was constituted when the UPA government was in office. What is the constitutional mandate? It is not your option what you do with that, but to say and to make this claim that for the first time so much of devolution of taxes of funds is being made to the states is a miracle. Mirage. What have you done is very clear. Sir, I want to inform this House that the funds which are committed, the tied funds, and there are funds which are untied. That is the state's share of taxes. You have reduced the committed funds, the tied funds, and increased the state's share 18%. You have reduced the committed funds 14%. State's share of taxes for devolution. The Prime Minister has said we don't have the money. The center does not have money, but still we are doing so much. Can you deny that the center's share remained at 38% unchanged? There is no change. I will elaborate further on that. You claim that the center has lost the money. I would like to say how earlier the finance minister recommendations were made. The devolution was based on transfer of funds. Devolution was on states' share of taxes plus grant in aids. Now, with this Finance Commission's recommendations, we have removed this combination that is reflected. You have reduced the planned outlay of the states in this year's budget. Stop.